Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Robin Ahoy from Stranger Things Season 3. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I draw the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll see a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. So for those of you that are sticking around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and have some fun. So let's see what we can do here. I'm trying to give her like a fun little pose, like a check me out, or what are we doing here today kind of pose. A lot of times I have a big problem with describing things, so I kind of make a sound or tell a story or do something silly like that. So instead of being able to describe to you what I'm going for, I have to to do that, explain to you the whole what are we doing here kind of thing. I don't know. I guess it's kind of the whole storytelling type kind of a vibe, you know? And that's what we're doing as artists. We're storytellers, right? There's an artist I love, Mike Allred. He started doing the Madman comics. That's where I fell in love with his work. And now he's doing all kinds of stuff for Marvel. And he, you know, I can't remember if it was an interview with him or it was something he had heard himself, but I'm kind of getting this from him, that he said that basically comic book artists are wannabe movie directors. And that it's kind of true, because I want to say I don't have a comic book. I did have some fun and try to do one thing. Well, we all do, right? I mean, who didn't want to be a comic book artist? I'm sure some of you still do. I did something for a while, and maybe I'll show it later on. It's a really fun little thing that maybe I'll get to one day, or show you one day. But you know, maybe I should do a whole video about that, of the comic book that I did. I got to do something with that, right? I got to be able to. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject. He said that basically comic book artists are movie tellers or directors, you know, and that's kind of, I guess, where I'm going with this, that having to explain myself or try to tell you a story with sound. So instead of being able to express myself, I have to sing a song or make a weird funny noise, or set up a whole scene, you know what I mean? I can't just say, oh yeah, they're looking to the left, you know, or they're inquisitively, I don't know, I can't even think of words. See, I'm not even a writer. I'm just an artist. I'm a creator. So yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. So yeah, so check out Mike Allred. He's doing some great comics. Maybe Michael Allred. I can't remember what he's going by now. I've always called him Mike just because we're friends, right? No, of course not. You know, sometimes we familiarize ourselves with our heroes, or we go by what we hear people call them, and I've always heard him referred to as Mike Allred, you know. But Michael Allred, he did Madman comics. He did a run on, I believe, the X Factor and Silver Surfer. Oh, I loved the Silver Surfer stuff. You should definitely check that out. And what else? I'm just drawing a blank right now, just because I'm trying to concentrate on this. But yeah, go check out Mike Allred. He's amazing. And let's see. Oh, there's a great artist right now that did a run on Fantastic Four. I believe she just started the new Spider-Man. Her name is Sarah Pacelli. I can't remember exactly what her name is right now, but oh my god, her work is so beautiful, and it's so inspiring. So, you know, maybe that alone is why I need to jump back into my comics and do something. especially here with YouTube. I'm making content, you know, I need to entertain you somehow, and it's already done. It's inked in, it's finished. Well, it's an 8-page thing. That's all as far as I ever got. I've got stories, I've got scripts and things like that, but just, you know, no time. That's part of the problem with life, is you kind of have to pick and choose where you get to put yourself, you know? And so I just ran out of time of doing it. So we'll see what happens. But well, like I said, it's inked in. It's an 8-page little fun saga, and you know, maybe I'll put it on here. Maybe I'll do it as like a animated 1 page here. You know, choose your own adventure. I guess not choose your own adventure, but little thing where you look here. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out loud. No one ever watches this, so no one's gonna know. No one's gonna come correct. No one's ever gonna ask me about it. All right. So now I'm just trying to play around with the face, because the trick here is that I can only put so much detail in, and I don't want it to bleed. So I kind of have to, like the comic time, I kind of have to pick and choose where I get to throw my color in, or throw my ink in, you know? And let's see. Ooh, that's getting too thick. Too thick, especially if I'm going to be erasing. I got to try to wrangle that in a little bit more. All right, there we go. And so here's the trick to her hair. I've got to figure out how to give it that poofy poof without going too crazy, you know? It's got her hair has its own character, you know? And so I want to do it right, and make it look good, but I gotta figure out how to do it without drawing all the lines in, because A, we don't have time for that, and B, I want color to take care of some of this, you know? I don't want to sit here and have to draw. Well, I take it back. I say this, I'm gonna say this a lot while I'm inking too. I want to color all the hairlines. Hair is so much fun, but you can't, you know? It's time consuming, and I want to do it with color. So I shouldn't, that's the word I should be using. Not that I don't want to, that I shouldn't be coloring in all the hairlines. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to do a certain look with her hand, and I gotta try to be careful that I don't go too big or make it bleed. Okay, I think I can make that work. Okay, let's do this one over here. And this one pretty much is going to be the same thing, but from a different angle. Like that. Like that. And I guess it's kind of the top view, huh? Because this was more of a side view. This has got a top view look to it. Kind of like that, and I think I can make that work. It's going to be tricky though with these Sharpies because they bleed so much, but I think I can do that. So I think I'm ready to go. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see if there's any little thing I got to remember. Let's see, I could try to do her tag. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to erase a little bit because I want the Sharpie to stand out, not the pencil lines. So I got to make kind of a ghost of a drawing, and usually I make ghosts with my special computer. But yeah, I think that's good. I don't want to go too light, but I don't want to leave it all, you know? I kind of want to erase the whole thing, but I think that's good. That'll get me there. Okay, so let's get started with the Sharpies. Let's welcome all the skippers. Those are the people that skip to this portion of the video. Get ready. You ready to welcome them? All right, ready? 1, 2. Hello, everybody. Hello, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Thanks for watching at least this part. We're going to be working with the Sharpie fine point and the Sharpie pen, and mostly the fine point, but the pen is for the finer details that I need to control the line widths better with than the Sharpie fine point. So here I'm going to try to work on her eyes. And like I said with many of my characters, I'm not the kind of person that can draw exactly and you know who it is. I can roughly get you there. So I'm just going to draw a pretty girl's face and then we'll build on that, okay? So I'm going to draw her eyelids just over like that and the other one like this. And that's just to make sure I got them at the right angle from the way that I'm making my drawing. So it looks good to me. So I'm going to draw the iris just a little like that. Another one like this, about the same size. Draw a little bit of the pupil, a little bit of the pupil. It's starting to bleed, so I got to be careful what I do. And from there, I can kind of draw a little bit of makeup. And what I usually do is I draw like a little bit of cat eye, even though she doesn't have cat eyes. It's the easiest way for me to show a girl's eye without drawing all the detail, because these Sharpies will super bleed. So I got to be very careful with what I'm doing. And also I can't draw the under eye. Like I can draw a little bit like that and I have to stop there. See, that's good enough to make it look like a girl's eye, but it's gonna bleed if I go any further down underneath. So I kind of have to stop right there. Okay, so I'm gonna draw her eyebrow like this. And the other one, hair is kind of flowing into it. So I'm only gonna do a little bit of it. I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of draw just a little bit of her nose, a little bit of a bridge. Again, I don't want to do too much with this because it's going to start bleeding everywhere. So I can draw a little bit of a nostril like that and kind of come in. Same thing here on that side. And I can try to draw, like maybe we'll connect it underneath like that. But that's as far as I'm going to go. I can't go any further. Okay, I can go a little further. I say that, but I'd like to draw just a little bit of the nose like that. And I'm going to stop. I'm going to walk away, because any further and it's going to start to get into a big inky blob. So if you got a pencil and you want to add that stuff in, you go for it. You do whatever you want to do. I'm limited with this, so I'm going to only take it as far as I can and then work with that. Okay, so I'm going to give her a little bit of a smile like this. Oof, I'm starting to bleed, so I got to be careful. I'm going to draw the top lip and then the bottom lip. And see, that's already way too high. I'm not happy with that at all. But I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna see what I can do and see if I can make this, see if I can salvage this, okay? So I'm gonna come over here with her face like this. And it's a little short, but that just means I'm gonna have to change the angle of her head. Okay? So something like that. And see where I can go with this. All right, so again, not too crazy about it, not too happy with it, but I'm gonna make it work. Okay. Okay, so I'm doing this like that because I'm going to start to draw some hairlines. And I'm just kind of playing around with what I can do. And again, I can only do so much because it's going to bleed. So I'm just kind of playing around with hair. Okay, and I don't want to go too far. Well, like I was saying before in the pencil portion, I do want to go too far. I do want to draw these lines, but I shouldn't, because I should let color take care of that, and it's gonna bleed. These Sharpies bleed on this paper, so I'm gonna try to not do all that. So I'm just gonna basically build on her hairline and see what I can do with this and play around with just a little bit of emphasis, you know? Okay. And just kind of play around with a few lines, and then maybe I'll just stop here and just kind of let color take care of the rest. And just leave it like that, you know? Okay, I say that. It's funny. I say that, and every time I do, I just start adding more lines. Saying, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so let's just play with the other side and see what we can do. So I'm going to just kind of guide it, see where we're going, and then build off of that. And again, just kind of, I need to draw some ends to give me edges. And so I'm just going to kind of play around with whatever I did. And go from here. Okay. So again, I need to stop and let color take care of the rest. But she's got such fun hair, you know? Such fun, beautiful curls. But if your hair's straight, that's beautiful too. You know, don't be upset by me calling something beautiful and something else not, you know? I'm just appreciating everything. Color is beautiful, curls are beautiful, straight is beautiful. It's all beautiful, you know? Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'm doing great, whereas I wanna keep going, but I'm just gonna stop, okay? So I'm gonna draw her neck down like this. Excuse me, to give me some start-stop points. And so now I'm just going to come down here and do her collar like that. I'm going to come and bring it down. Let's bring this side down like that too. And I'm going to bring it into the edge, the point. Ooh, let me find a good picture of her. All right, there we go. Do this side like that. Bring it over here and connect it. And I'm going to draw her little kerchief. Like this. The other one over here like that. And I'm going to draw the little points inside with the big Sharpie. I mean, sorry, the little Sharpie. Just kind of do something like that. Just to accent them. And the red highlight lines, again, well, I mean, not again, but of course, I'm going to do with color. So we're not going to worry about that, okay? So now I'm going to do her vest like this. And bring it down here. Connect it right there. Let's see, I'm going to kind of come down like this. Draw the edge of it there. Do the same thing over here. Do the edge of it there. And let's see, you're going to come up. I'm going to draw the armpit like that. And so now she's got kind of like some poofy sleeves. So we're gonna do a little bit of space for that. So we're going to come out to a point like this, kind of poof them out, and do the edge right there. Something like that. And I'll go ahead and add just a little bit of poof to them, you know, just to show that, yeah, there's horrible design in the 80s clothing back then, you know. I mean, they thought they were doing something good, you know, they're trying, but, and it was fashionable at the time, everybody loved that, but, you know, looking back, you're like, ew, why did you do that? What was your thinking, you know? So, just again, just gonna add a little bit of design poofs like that. And let's see, we'll do one more like that, okay? All right, so now I'm going to, let me kind of connect some of these, make it look more fluid. There you go. And again, that's why I was trying to thicken up some of the edges here, because of how thick this Sharpie is. To make it look cohesive, you know? So let's do her arms. So her arms are pretty much just, you know, anatomy. So you just draw an arm to the crook of the arm, to the forearm, to the wrist. We'll do the back of the arm to the elbow, forearm to the wrist. And see, let's see if we can do this hand. So we're gonna do down like that, the inside to the pinky. There's the knuckle to the pinky bent in. I'm gonna do the next finger, the ring finger, I guess, like that. And you know what, I'm gonna stop drawing in there because it's starting to bleed. And I'll do the rest with a tiny Sharpie. Okay? Draw the thumb like this. There we go. And she does have a bracelet on. Let me add that. But what I didn't want to do is like that right there. I wanted to just draw a couple of lines and not get inside there with that big Sharpie. It was going to bleed everywhere. Okay, and so she's got on a little bracelet with some bangly dangles in it, like that. All right. Okay, so let's do this arm over here. So it's pretty much bent right there. So I just got to draw the forearm, and I think she's got a couple of more little bangly danglies. We'll just do something like that, just to accent them. And then we'll do the other side down here, like that. And same thing with that arm. It's just going to be pretty much the same position, but a different angle. So pinky to the inside of the hand, like that. Ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger, index finger. Then we're going to do her thumb up like this, like that. And I'm going to add some detail like that, just to give it, you know, give it some life. And now we're just going to draw the rest of her. So this will be pretty easy. We're just going to draw her shirt down like this, tucked into her pants, these big ugly pants. And we're just going to basically do like this. Nothing crazy, nothing special, but they are a little unflattering. You know, they're just these big pirate pants, I guess. I don't know what they were going for here. So that's all we really got to do. The color I'm going to do, I mean the lines I'll do with color, so I'm not worried about that. So now I just got to draw anatomy. So I'm going to draw her legs to her knee, to her shin, to her ankle. We're going to close it off right there. Do the back of her leg like this. And we'll go ahead and draw like a little bit of a knee. Everybody's got one, you know. Oh, and her socks. She's got her socks kind of high, so we'll do that right there. Let's go ahead and do this shoe since we're here. Look, I also see a few little spots that I didn't quite touch, so I just wanted to connect that real quick. Same thing, her hand should be out a little bit more. All right. So yeah, so now let's just do them chucks. Let's draw those Converse. So draw it like this. Something like that. And we're not going to worry too much about the laces or anything like that. You know, we just gotta show that they're chucks. Okay, so now this leg's just sticking out. So we're going to do inside of her leg to her ankle like that. I'm sorry, that was the outside of her leg. Inside of her leg now. To her ankle like that. Draw her chucks like this. Let's connect that. Connect it like that. And we'll do that side like this. And we'll draw the back like we did there. And draw it over. Something like that. No, I'm not going to do anything else. Oh, and her socks. So we'll just do kind of like that. Oh, and I guess let's give her a knee. Something like that. Just, you know, a few lines just to indicate that it's stress marks, it's your skin, it's got bends and whatnot. So yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I say we do the rest with color. So that is Robin from Scoops Ahoy, Stranger Things Season 3. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.